Hi, I hope you guys have been regularly watching AutoPortal.com, where we bring you the latest and the best in reviews, views, news, and a whole lot more. And I hope you have subscribed to our channel. If not, do it now. But right now, what we're going to talk about is Maruti's hottest babe. That's right, the Celerio. And I am Ranajoy Mukherjee, Editor-in-Chief, to give you a little bit of a lowdown and a little bit of Gyan Shan on the Celerio. So, why the Celerio? I mean, why is it such a big significant thing for Maruti? A, it is one car which aims to replace two cars. The Estilo, the Zen Estilo, which Maruti used to make, and of course it's possibly a A-star replacement as well. If you look at the front side of the car, what we normally talk about, the headlights have a very nice smart look about them, with the halogen beams here, the positioning lights, the indicators. Overall, it gives a very slick look to the car. Don't go by this. This is just an accessory which has been added later. It's not part of standard equipment, but yeah, it does help make things look smarter. You also have a provision for a fog lamp. Don't forget, this is the VXI version that we are looking at, so some things do not come standard. The reason why we have chosen this particular model is because this showcases Maruti's new automated manual transmission technology, which of course we'll get to in a bit of time. The front grille is very smart with a prominent S logo, which has now sort of become standard for all Maruti cars. Let's now look at the general side design of the car. So this is the side profile, a very balanced view once again. You have the smooth front flanks, a straight line. The windows are quite big over here, gives you a very good view from outside, and also gives a feeling of spaciousness and cheerfulness into the cabin. Maruti learnt its lesson about smaller rear windows on cars like the A-Star, so the Celerio has actually a large rear window area, and also the high seating position means getting in and out of the car is quite easy. Full wheel covers on the wheels, and of course a little effect of a spoiler at the rear while we take a look at the rear and at the dicky space. The rear of the car is something that we talked about a little while back. Standard Maruti issue, large rear lamps with reflectors, number plate positioning towards the bottom of the car. Let's take a look at the inner dicky space to see if there's enough going for you. In the rear boot space, we see there's a parcel shelf that's given in the VXI model, which folds up, and there is sufficient space here. I wouldn't say that it's a class-leading space or that there's a lot of space inside, but yes, don't forget that the Celerio is basically an urban commuter vehicle, so the space inside is not really suited for touring or long distances, but yeah, there is enough for you to sack knickknacks and maybe the odd shopping bag. The spare wheel is positioned below this floor. You have a full-size spare, and since this car has steel wheels anyway, the alloy doesn't matter. There's also a basic toolkit that is given with the car. One of the things that I would especially like to point out where Maruti has done a very good job is this cover over here. We have seen even larger cars come without this, and it's quite of an eyesore, you know. You see all these cables and all hanging out and blank spaces inside, which does not speak well. But for a car at this price range to have this, I think it's a very good point by Maruti. Now I'm sitting inside the Celerio. You can see that I'm sitting in the back seat, and the space inside, well, I must say that for generously built people it may not be so good, but for most Indian body forms it's perfect. Surprisingly, you know, leg space is quite good. I'm quite happy with the leg space in the back. What I don't like is integrated headrest, because I always feel that it's sort of a chalta hua measure. It's a one size fits all, which doesn't work in any market. Also, the rear seat headrests, well, they're as good as not being there. There's a useful grab handle here, which looks a little flimsy, but I guess it works well. And overall, I would say the interiors are not bad for a car at this price point, because you do get electric windows and you do get basic amenities. Now we are sitting in the driver's seat of the Celerio. Well, what distinguishes the Celerio? The automated manual transmission, to which we'll come back as I promised in a little while. The rest of the car is pretty basic. The black dashboard and what they call greyage nowadays, you know, combination of grey and beige, standard vents. It looks a little khali from here, because you see you also do not have a music system in the VXI model, which I think is a shocking omission. What I don't really like is the fact that, you know, safety features are a little compromised with airbags. It's not even available as an option in the car, though there is a provision here, but you know, it's not, you cannot specify this. I guess it's more for the export model. We have a little glove box here, which is again very standard Maruti, a little flimsy, but will do the job, I guess. So this is the automated manual transmission. An automated manual transmission is not an automatic transmission as a lot of people think it is. It is basically a hydraulically and electronically operated clutch which changes when you change the gear. So that's very simply put, of course. One of the biggest features of this car is that unusually for this segment, it comes with a built-in trip computer. The trip computer is quite informative. You can see it gives basic information here. This is distance to empty. You can also get things like kilometers per liter, an average fuel consumption, and the range and all. There's a gear position indicator and an outside temperature indicator as well, besides an electronic fuel gauge. This is the same KB10 engine, 1 liter, which has been now thoroughly revised, improved to give a little more power and to give a better overall feel. The torque curve is slightly better. What you're seeing right now is the hydraulic clutch actuator, the thing that actually presses the clutch, technically speaking, when you're changing gears in the car. Made by Magneti Marelli, they co-developed with Maruti. We are now driving the Celerio in what you would call heavy city traffic. The reason for doing that specifically is to check out the function of the automated manual transmission. In this thing, I must say that the car is very comfortable to drive. As we can see that it requires very little effort. The transmission is a peach actually. Some people find it a little jerky, but overall I would say that it is not so, because it gives, you have to get used to an automatic transmission or one that behaves like one actually. But overall I find that the gear changes etc. are very smooth and the car runs very well. What we also spoke about was the amazing fuel efficiency that this car has, and currently the company claims more than 23 kilometers to a liter, which means that in the real world you can easily get between 15 to 16 kilometers of fuel efficiency. The air conditioning, as we mentioned, is spot on. The car looks good, and overall I would say that the Celerio is amazing with this new AMT technology. I would not suggest that you buy the manual version if you are buying a Celerio. I would suggest you to go with the AMT. It rocks.